Good morning, students. Today we are moving to Great Britain. The topic mentioned in our textbook is the strange case of Britain. You can see first the Union flag or the national flag of Britain. Then you can see the present head of the state or head of the country, Queen Elizabeth. She is only a nominal head. It's a democratic country. Administration is looked after by the elected prime minister. Her role is like the President of India, but she commands more respect because it's a hereditary post. In India, the President is elected for 5 years. 5 years. We call it Republic. But in Britain, there is no election. After her period, it will be her son. As per the present situation, it is Charles. After Charles, then Charles' son, Prince William. So, it's a hereditary post there in Britain. In India, we elect the president. So, we call it a republic. Britain is not a republic. There is a difference. We see the map of England. So we call it Great Britain. It includes Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales and England. You can see here. This is Wales, England, this is London, the capital of England, Scotland and Ireland. All this, there is 4 areas together, we call it Great Britain. We call it sometimes England alone, we call it sometimes Great Britain, we call it a United Kingdom. All this is the thing that we see here. This is the present Prime Minister of Britain. He belonged to Conservative Party. His name is Boris Johnson of Conservative Party. Britain was a member of European Union. Recently it has come out of European Union. This is Europe. This is Britain. See. It's an island. This is here, it is English Channel, we call it, between France and England. So this is Europe. Poland, Norway, Sweden, all these countries. This is Greece. This is Italy, we have discussed yesterday. Spain, Portugal. So this is the area we are discussing now, England. It's an island. It is not part of mainland of Europe. See now, it's Europe itself we can see. This is Europe, you see. This much is Europe. This Greenland also is included. This is Europe around. Here is Great Britain. This is a Great Britain. You see, this is a Portugal. From here only Vasco da Gama has come. This is a Cape of Good Hope. This is a route here they have followed. Modern route is this. This is the Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea. This is all we have discussed. This is the route. Modern route. So this is Europe we are discussing. Here is Italy, this is Germany, France, Spain, So you will be asked questions locate in the map. So you must be able to know where is Britain, where is the France, this France. Okay, this is Germany, this is Russia. Russia is a part of Europe, and so that is European country. So you have understood the locations on the world map. So if a world map is given to you, you must be able to locate where is France, where is Germany, where is Italy, where is England, because these are the countries that we have seen in these chapters. Okay, so let us go ahead. According to some scholars, the first nation that has come into existence is Great Britain. You have seen the map of Great Britain. It is not because of a revolution, it is an evolution. It is really, we can say, a long drawn evolutionary process has made Britain to be a great nation. We call it England sometimes, we call it Britain sometimes, we call it Great Britain sometimes, we call it United Kingdom sometimes. All in symbol meaning, all are same, but exact word meaning will come. If exact word we should use, it is Great Britain or United Kingdom. You must understand. Okay. So there are 4 areas we have already told you. The people who had inhabited in those areas were England, English people, Wales, Welsh, Scottish, Scotland, and Irish people. These are the 3 areas people were living in that area. They each group had their own identities. Each group had its own identities. The English nation straightway grew in wealth, importance, and power. It extended influence over the island. Since England was near to the mainland, it was influenced by other developments or the economic and political developments that were taking place in the mainland of Europe. So the development, the growth percentage comparing to Wales or Scotland or Ireland, England was more. So naturally England began to overpower other areas of Ireland. England began to control Ireland, Scotland and Wales. Along with this, you can see there is a conflict in Britain. It is known as bloodless or glorious revolution. No, it is a bloodless or glorious revolution, we call it. It occurred in 1688. This bloodless or glorious revolution. We have to go back a little to explain about it. You know, the European countries were following the religion named Christianity. In the medieval period, the Christianity dominated everything. The religious leaders dominated everything. Everything was controlled by the religious leaders. After the Renaissance, the English or the European powers, the English and the European powers wanted to have control. They wanted to come out of the control of the Pope. They wanted to be independent. The rulers wanted to be independent from the control of the Pope. So this struggle between the church and the kings created a breakup in Christianity. That breakup is known as Protestants and Catholics. Those persons who were not ready to accept the dominance of Pope, those who left that group, they were called Protestants. So naturally there was a movement in England also. In that movement, the kings also supported. So England was one of the leading country which went away from Catholic ideology. Church of England was created as the king was declared as the head of the Church of England. Now also it is like that. So Church of England became powerful. In 1688, the King of England was James II. In 1688, the King of England was James II. His daughter had married to a king of Orange. So, and that king belonged to the Protestant group. Now James had no sons, only daughter was there. So James was not ready to hand over the power to a Protestant daughter who has taken the Protestant ideology. But in 1688, when Mary, along with her husband, landed in London to capture power from James II, things changed. James II did not fight any war with his daughter. He left the palace, permitting her daughter and son to take over the power. So the parliament was supporting Mary because majority members in the parliament were Protestants. So parliament gave the power to Mary, and Mary agreed to look after the administration as per the directions of the parliament. And that agreement that has happened in 1688 still continues. The head of the country set it to her. So naturally England became a prominent power there. Then British Parliament passed an act. You know what is an act? A bill passed by the Parliament and accepted by the head of the country. An act was passed, and that act mentioned that Ireland, Scotland and Wales will be part of England, and all together will be called United Kingdom of Great Britain. So Ireland, Scotland, all were brought under the control of Great Britain. It was called the United Kingdom of Great Britain. So naturally, majority members were from the areas being spoken English. They dominated. The parliament was dominated by the members of the English society. And they compelled Ireland and Scotland to be part of England. If Ireland and Scotland was trying to be away, they were forcibly suppressed and systematically brought under the control of England. So naturally, England, Scotland and Ireland came together, forcibly made together. So the Catholics, there were Catholics in Ireland, there were Catholics in Scotland, there were Catholics in Wales, but they were forced to obey the orders of the British Parliament. Whatever is told by the British Parliament was forcibly imposed on Scotland, Ireland and Wales, and they became part of a British system. The Catholic lands, they had no chance. They were even not permitted to speak their Gaelic language. That you must understand. Their dress even, they were forcibly made to wear even the dress that was worn by the English people. No chance of asking for independence. So that was it. That is the way Britain made them part of England. See, Ireland. The division, Catholics and Protestants means, I hope you understood. Catholics are the persons who accept Pope present day also. In Christianity there are so many divisions. Important two divisions are this. Those people who accept Pope are called Catholics. Those who don't accept Pope are called Protestants. Both agree on Christianity, Christian ideology and Christian behavior. There is no disagreement on that. Only Pope where they accept. So the Catholic revolts were brought. In 1798 there was a movement by Ireland, but that also was suppressed. It was done by Wolfe Tony, absolutely suppressed, and Ireland also was forcibly made part of England in 1801. You must understand, there was a terrorist organization named Irish Republican Army till 1991, or we can say 1997. This Irish Republican Army would fight against Britain. Bomb blast would take place in London. Many kinds of fighting, frictions, but agreed at last to accept the British domination in 1990s, and now there is a peace in Britain. But their religious activities, sentiments are accepted by the Britain. Each citizen is permitted to have his own religion. So changes have taken place in the minds of the British or the English, and England is survived. England is the country where sun never sets. It was in last century. It was being told sun never sets in British Empire, because Britain was ruling all over the world. In one place sun rises, Other place sun may be setting, but at least in one part of the world there will be sunlight every time. Before independence was won by many countries. So that is the situation of England. Now at present we see propagation of English language. Now the people are compelled to accept English language. They have got a national flag, British, it is known as Union Jack. In the beginning of the class I have shown the photo of Union Jack, and the national anthem starts God Save Our Noble King. That's the national anthem of Britain. Others languages are nowadays being accepted, but they are all coming under the control of England, English language. English language dominates. Thus the formation of Britain has taken place. That's the way the Britain, a strange case. Without having a bloodshed, changes have taken place in Britain. A unified nation was formed. Bloodshed was there for unified nation, but it was not so much like other things. It was by a slow process it has happened. That is a strange case of Britain. Thank you very much.